Hello and welcome to Mystic Mage's Messages. Today's reading is both personal and also more to the human collective, especially what we're going through here at the beginning of 2020. This is quite relevant to that. So let's start by taking a look at the cards. We are coming from the Mystic Sisters deck. I will put a link if you're interested in purchasing that deck. Okay, so here we have her secrets. And Kuan Yin. Now these two really go together because Kuan Yin is the goddess of compassion, and compassion, the compassionate heart, is one of the divine feminine gifts. So what we're looking at here is bringing this divine compassion into our own hearts, and doing that also collectively, sharing that within our immediate circles and with the world at large. And here we have Eris. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is speaking to the chaos that's going on currently in the world. So if we start listening to the divine feminine energies and really bringing in the compassionate heart, we're going to be able to meet all this chaos, this confusion that's going on in the world, and even maybe at an individual level, and overcome that to bring this in, the Sisters of Harmony. So this is going through that chaos, but as we're doing that, we're shedding the things that maybe we don't need, opening our eyes to the way things have been going and not seen in our everyday lives before, that how much damage we are creating in our own natural world, and the inequities among peoples. I think coming from this chaos, if we all really work together to bring in this loving compassion, and that will help us really open our eyes and bring in a bigger state of harmony after that's all through, or start working towards that anyway. The next card we have is Aphrodite. That's again the goddess of love. So we're really working closely with the goddess of love, the love energies. Venus has been big in the astrological charts lately, so if you want to check that out, feel free. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube related to astrology with Venus right now. And then we have the Gaia card, which of course is Mother Earth. So I think with these two cards in particular, we're looking at opening our hearts and learning how to really love Mother Earth and to receive her love back. We are being asked as a collective to really connect to each other and to the earth, and understand our place as her children and as the highest form of consciousness on earth, also as her protectors. We need to really step up to the plate and change the way that we've been doing things so that we can live in greater harmony with her and with the rest of creation. So here we have the magical key. You can see somebody here, they're looking downhearted. You have the dove bringing the key to them. So this is finding our own inner peace, our own love, our own compassionate heart. And that's not just for other people, but also starting with ourselves, our own compassionate heart for ourselves. And as we grow with that compassionate heart, we're going to be able to make changes for our lives, for better health and harmony for ourselves, for our families, for our communities, and for the world at large. And here we see Brigid. This one's a double-edged card, or a double meaning card, I guess, because in this instance we see the fire, and fire is a form of purification. So it's like there's been a fire going through the world. We've seen this in many different forms in 2020, kind of just purging and purifying and trying to really get our attention that things need to change. And it's also a flame of passion, so igniting the inner passion within us to do our part to make changes for ourselves and the rest of the world. And maybe reevaluating what that is, reevaluating what our role in society is, what our role in family structures are, what our role in the community is, and maybe finding something, some kind of work, some kind of outlet for something that we're really passionate about, and that in itself will bring joy and harmony into the world. Now as it carried on with the reading, we had Caridin. So Caridin is, she works with all of the elements here to bring some kind of healing potion here. She's resourceful, and that's what we're being asked to do, is to realize what we already have, to be resourceful, to make the changes that are necessary in the world at this time. Then we have the Divine Tartanella. This is about movement. This is also referring to the fact that the Earth is going through a shift in vibration. You can check out how the Schumann frequency has been changing over the last 10-15 years, and see how the vibration of Mother Earth is changing, which requires a change in our own vibration. So if we really start doing this purging, start moving into this compassionate heart, we're going to be moving into the same energy that matches Mother Earth here. Then we have the Dryads. You can see how this center figure here is like a tree, and all these other little figures are growing out of her. This always reminds me of the Tree of Life, and to remind us that we're all connected. We're connected to each other, we're connected to Mother Earth, we're connected to our galactic families. We are connected to the Tree of Life of creation, and this is just telling us again that we need to honor that connection, and as we do so, we're going to be much more consciously aware of the choices that we make that help us move in this direction of compassion and harmony, and moving into this vibration that Mother Earth is moving into. And then we have this card of initiation. So this is telling us that we're going through this rough patch here. We're heading towards the harmony, and it's going to be a new stage not just for Mother Earth, but also the human collective consciousness. We have a few more cards to go through. So one of the other sets that came up was Urania. So this is knowledge, and to me this card it's like almost esoteric knowledge, or knowledge coming from higher realms. So we're being offered a chance here to use wisdoms, connect to wisdoms that are maybe beyond our everyday lives, maybe connecting to collective consciousness beyond Earth, or really exploring different wisdoms from the native traditions, and learning how to use those to move forward and solve the problems that we have here currently on Earth, so that we can live in greater harmony and peace together. And then we had the Cygnus. There's a lady in the middle. She has two ladies here beside her, and these swans going off in directions. So this card is about letting go. So again, this is about learning how to let go of the past, let go of the structures that we have set in place that no longer serve us, or revamping those structures so that they provide services that are more in harmony with what we actually need as a collective, and what the world needs from us, what Mother Earth needs from us. Then we have the Sage Goddess. Again, this is purification. This is like learning to let go of things that no longer serve us individually and collectively, letting go of negative energies, negative ways of interacting. It's focusing on a way to let go of those things, get rid of those things, move out of bad habits at a personal level, and also at a collective level, changing negative ways of thinking and viewing the world. And then we have Yer here, and she's preparing some kind of healing salvation or potion, whatever. And I think this is really talking to the fact that we're being asked here to use new knowledge, to apply new knowledge, let go of what no longer serves us, purify the negativity out of our lives, change our ways of interacting and of thinking, and start applying this healing to ourselves, to our relationships at a smaller level and at a bigger level as well, collectively. And that's kind of reiterated here through the Raven Goddess. Raven Goddess is a messenger, so we're being presented here with a message, and I think the message is not just from Mother Earth and from our own awareness. It's coming from the spirit world, and from other, if you want to call them extra-dimensionals or extraterrestrials. They know a little bit about what's going on here, and they're sending us messages to help us transition through this time, and to really open our eyes to the fact that now it is necessary for us to change. We don't really have the option, but we do have a choice of how it goes, whether it's a rough transition or a smooth one. That's really up to us. And if we can open our hearts and open our eyes, it's going to be a much smoother transition for us collectively as a species. And then we have the dragonfly goddess, and you can see here that she's connected to the earth and she's rising above. It's like she's basking in this sun here. She's reaping in the bounty of Mother Earth and flying above whatever has set her or kept her chained before it. It's like a freedom. So I'm thinking this signifies to us that as we continue to move down this path together, individually and collectively, we're going to be freeing ourselves from the past and learning new ways of living in harmony. I think that this is really true, that this is the path that we're heading towards. So I don't think anybody really needs to fear. It's just how much fear and chaos are we going to allow on the path there. If we can work together and come from this compassionate heart and the wisdom that comes from the divine feminine in that, we'll be able to realize what compassionate action we need to take for ourselves, for our families, for our communities, and as the world at large. So we see here awakening. Again, this is like the initiation card. We are awakening up to a new awareness, to a new vibration, and we're being asked to do that. And it's inevitable, really. It's going to happen one way or another. And then when we have here the Beltane reunion. So this is a really interesting card. You see the male and female energies here. They are merging, they're intertwined. It's like love, it's passion, and it's healing. You can see all the green around here. It's not just fire of passion, it's like a healing energy. So as this new divine feminine energy is coming in, it's going to help balance the masculine energy. And as it does that, the two energies are going to be whole in themselves, and as they come together, they're going to be transformed into something new. So we are at this time balancing all the masculine energy that we focused on in the past and being asked to purge the negatives of that, but really realize the value of the masculine energy still and honor that, and honor the feminine energy at the same time, and within each of us individually and collectively. Those energies are going to come together and create something wonderful and new, and we're going to be, living in greater harmony within and peace within ourselves and as a whole. So I think overall this is really positive message that, this is where we're heading. Yeah, we have a little rough patch here. It's meant to waken us up, to open our eyes, to say that we need to change. We need to do some inner work. We need to focus on balancing the mind with the heart and letting those two wisdoms come together to guide us on our new path. So I hope you have a great rest of the day wherever you are. Please check the links below. They'll be in the description box below there for links to my Facebook page and to the Mystic Sisters deck that you can purchase through Amazon. And if you click through my link, I will get a small fee, which will really help me to keep doing this work. Thank you so much.